Christian with Triple B BBQ. Here at Triple B, we do things a little different than what you're accustomed to seeing on YouTube. Of course, we're going to cook some great barbecue together on my offset smoker. But in addition to that, we're going to have some great conversation. I love live fire cooking. I love the craft of it. I like the time it takes and the opportunity it gives me to slow down and pay attention. But it also gives me an opportunity to have some great discussion with my family and friends. And that's what we're going to do today. So, today we're going to go ahead and cook a turkey just in time for Thanksgiving, seasoned with our Triple B barbecue season, made here in the great state of Texas. And we're going to talk about telling the truth. So strap in, get ready, and let's do this. All right, we're going to be cooking this beautiful butterball turkey today. It is about 16 pounds, so that's about as heavy as I'd go, really, if you can help it. Of course, these are brined or soaked in an 8% salt solution, so I'm not going to brine this turkey. I'm just going to dry brine it, as they say, or season it with some of our Triple B seasoning. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this turkey out of the bag, we're going to rinse it off, bring it back to the cutting board. I'm going to spatchcock this turkey, remove the backbone so it'll lay flat on the smoker. I like to spatchcock the turkey because it cooks a little more evenly and it cooks a little quicker because you don't have that big empty cavity inside the turkey. Of course, you can stuff it and it's delicious. Make some stuffing inside the turkey, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to go ahead and rinse this off. I'll bring it back to the cutting board and we'll go ahead and spatchcock this bad boy. All right, so we got the turkey out and rinsed off, and now what we're gonna do is trim it up. So we're gonna be cooking this turkey spatchcock style today, which means we're gonna remove the backbone and lay it out flat. So what we're gonna do to start with is kind of trim off some of the stuff that we don't wanna eat. We took out the neck, which was inside the cavity of the turkey, and just threw that away. You can save that and make turkey stock or whatever you want. But we threw it away today. Take off this little chunk of whatever that is at the bottom of the turkey. And everything else is looking pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and spatchcock the turkey, so we'll flip it over and we'll find the backbone. Now, what I like to do, of course, is I'm gonna trim off all this gunk that we also don't wanna be eating. So we'll trim that off. Extra skin. What I like to do is go ahead and just score the skin along the backbone of the turkey, and then I'm going to peel it away from the backbone before I cut it out. That just gives me a little extra skin to cover the turkey with while we're cooking. So I'll go ahead and score the backbone. Just take my knife all the way down along its spine there so that we have a nice incision, and then just use my fingers and peel the skin away from the backbone. Alright, so that was it's going to be difficult to get your fingers there, but you've got the skin spread back from the backbone like so. And now for the fun part, try to get this as steady as we can. So I like to come in first with a pair of kitchen shears. And you're just going to come right to the side of the backbone and just try to cut as much as you can. You'll probably have to use a knife to get through some of these other parts where kind of the hip bones join right here in the middle. That can be tough to get through with just a pair of scissors, but we'll give it a try. Do the best that we can here. Flip around. Kind of go about halfway from one side and then turn around and go the other halfway, and that part in the middle is kind of the hard part where the hip of the chicken would be. Turkey, rather. Careful not to break your kitchen shears, which I have done before, much to my wife's chagrin. So I'll come in right here and just kind of saw through the bone here that connects to the spine with a serrated knife. Just try to get through it. So that's one side completely separated. I can go a little further here with the shears. come in with a knife to get it the rest of the way. And then of course a little brute force, you can get the rest of the way out. So there's the backbone of the turkey. You can save that as well. Use it for stock or gravy or whatever you want. I'm just going to toss it today. So that's the first part. We'll go ahead and keep spatchcocking. Alright, to get things started here, we just lit a tumbleweed under this chimney full of charcoal briquettes. I prefer the lump charcoal, but this is what I had, so that's how we're going. We'll wait about 20-30 minutes for this to get fully lit, and we'll start building our fire. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make an incision here, about an inch or so deep. So we've got enough give in this breastbone that it'll just crack when we turn it over and put some pressure down on it. So I started already, go ahead and finish it off. Put enough pressure on this thing to get a good cut in it. You kind of take your hand and already break it, and then flip it over and break it the rest of the way. Take your hands, push down on it, and get it to come apart. Like so. So that's a spatchcock turkey. Alright, so what I decided is, after getting a look at this for a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and take this breastbone out. The reason why is a lot of times when you do this, it'll break on one side and the turkey won't lay very well. So you kind of want it to break on both sides. I guess, you could try to break it on that side, but you might as well just take the whole breastbone out. So you can see it's exposed right there. What you do is just kind of take a knife and make it so you can get your finger down in there. And this takes a few minutes. But you just kind of cut along that breastbone on both sides to where you can get your finger into there and just split it out the rest of the way. Make sure you get any bone fragments that have come loose in this. Toss them. And then just use your knife to work under this a little bit so that it's easier to pull out. Just along the side of the bone. Coming over on this side, do the same thing. Gently. Gosh, just come right under it here. Make sure you don't cut through the skin. On the other side. There you go, breastbone's removed. So now, when you flip it around, whoops, flip it around, and you're looking at it, you can see, we'll tuck these away when we cook them back here, but you can see that lays perfectly flat now. Much better presentation, it'll cook a lot more evenly, and it'll just look much better. So now that we've got that cut and it's laying the way we want, we'll go ahead and just pat it dry, and then we'll go ahead and put on our Triple B all-purpose seasoning is what we're going to use. Triple B barbecue rubs and seasonings were made with the finest quality ingredients possible in the great state of Texas. They're available for sale on Amazon. Just search Triple B BBQ and you can buy any one of these 5 flavors or all 5. Spicy, beef, poultry, all-purpose, and pork. They'll make your cooking legendary. Alright, so now we're ready to start kind of peeling back the skin so we can expose some of the meat, so we can season the meat directly. So you just kind of take your fingers and you just kind of start peeling and pushing your fingers up underneath the skin. That came off pretty easily. So there's the thigh on that side. I kind of loosened this side already, so that side's good. You want to expose the thigh here, and you can expose to where you can actually inject down into the drumstick there. And then this part can sometimes be tricky, especially from that angle. But you want to work your fingers up just the same way here underneath the skin on the breast. And just kind of use your fingers to break loose the skin off of the muscle, like so. And that'll make it easier for you to use your shaker and get some rub down on the meat. Make it easier for you to inject the turkey if you want to inject directly into the meat. Which I found, you know, it's not a huge deal to inject through the skin, but it just, you want that extra little bit of presentation by not having, you know, puncture marks in your skin. You can inject directly into the meat itself. What we'll do now, we'll go ahead and we'll grab our Triple B all-purpose rub. This is just salt, pepper, garlic. It's a winning combination. It's fantastic. And we'll go ahead and just start to season this bad boy. You can season the other side if you want. I usually don't, but you can. A little extra seasoning never hurt anybody. So we'll go ahead and just season that under a little bit. Peel the skin back over. Go ahead and season this turkey leg and thigh. Just like so. Kind of get a peek down there. And down she goes. Right down onto the breast itself. Gonna be plenty flavorful. I like to use this all-purpose rub because it's pretty coarse. It's got some coarse salt and pepper in it and some granulated garlic, and that really allows the smoke to penetrate. Our poultry seasoning is fantastic, but it's definitely a finer powder. So for a big bird like this, I like to go with the all-purpose first, and then after a couple of hours, bring it back out and put the poultry on to finish with. Of course, you could do a little poultry under there if you wanted, since it's under the skin. But we'll go ahead and stick with the AP for now. We'll go ahead and kind of use my hand to get the side here, like you would a brisket. Go ahead and hit this bad boy with our AP. Get the wing. Not super heavy. But good coverage. Nothing, I mean, it's hard to beat just a good salt, pepper, garlic on anything, turkey included. Just the simplicity of it. This would be a stellar chicken or turkey. Looks like a chicken, just a big chicken. All right, so that's mostly seasoned. Let me take a look at this side since I couldn't see it very well. All right, once you're happy with how much seasoning you've got on it, you can go ahead and just let it hang out here. Our fire's been lit and it's burning down, so it should be about ready in just a minute. Just in time to put the turkey on, and we'll go from there. In a popular folktale called The Boy Who Cried Wolf, a boy is tasked with watching over the town's flock of sheep through the night to keep them safe. The boy decides it would be comical to cry out as if there was a wolf, and see the townspeople come scrambling to save the flock. At length he did just that, and to his delight, the townspeople rushed to help save the flock, only to find the boy laughing at them. The townspeople, upon realizing that there was no threat, returned to their tasks. The boy, after some time, began to be bored yet again, and remembering how hilarious his practical joke had been, decided he would entreat himself once more. He cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" And once more the townspeople came running. Upon finding no threat, they once again returned to their tasks. Night came, and to his horror, the boy spotted a wolf amongst the flock. Frantically, he cried, "Wolf!" as long and as loud as he could, but no one came to his aid. The flock was scattered. In the morning, the townspeople came to check on the flock and the boy. The flock was gone, and the boy was hiding. When questioned, he explained a wolf had come in the night, and he'd cried out for the townspeople's assistance, but no one had come to help. The moral of the story is, nobody believes a liar, even when he's telling the truth. All right, so now we're ready to put the turkey on. The pit's got up to about 300 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and take the turkey and put it on. So let me grab it here. Again, this isn't necessarily very graceful. Gotta get it on, and then you can situate it once you've got it on without knocking off too much of your seasoning if possible. Just like that. So the beauty about cooking a turkey this way is that you got this side facing the fire, and you can go ahead and halfway through flip the turkey so that it's on the other side, so you get equal heat on both sides. We'll go ahead and run this we'll check on it in about an hour, but it should be doing just fine. We got the pit running around 300 degrees, so we'll keep it there and cook it till it's done. All right, we're going to go ahead and add another log here. We've been going for about 45 minutes. I haven't taken a peek at it yet, but we're rolling at around 275 right now, so we really want to keep it up above 300. 300 to 325 is where we've been. Once we dip down below about 275, you want to keep adding fire. You'll go through a lot more logs running the smoker at this kind of a temperature, but that's the name of the game. So we'll add one more log, and we'll peek on this turkey here in just a little bit. Alright, so we just had a peek at this turkey, and some of the wings are getting a little dark. You can probably see here, we went ahead and tucked the wing tips behind the head there like that, which is good because it keeps them out of the way. But kind of the side of the wing here and over here is starting to get a little dark, so you take a little tin foil and just cover them up. That'll keep the excess heat from burning them, making them black. So we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and keep those on just like that. It's looking beautiful. It's starting to get nice and brown. The cooker's really nice and hot, about 325 right now. So we'll let it keep going on there. In just a few minutes, I'm going to stick a probe in the breast. You really want to make sure that you're temping poultry when you cook it. Poultry is very juicy. It gets dry because it gets overcooked. So your Thanksgiving turkey, in years past, was dry and you needed the gravy. It's just because it got overcooked. So we'll go ahead and keep monitoring this, and we should be done in a couple hours. All right, we got this turkey up to 150 in the breast. You see the temperature probe inserted there. We're gonna go ahead and put some poultry seasoning on this bad boy and finish it off the last 10 degrees. We'll get it up to 160 in the breast. It should be about 170, 75 in the thigh, and it'll be good to eat. All right, so we are done with the cook here. You see the turkey right there, finished cooking. We pulled it at 160. We'll go ahead and let it rest for about 10 minutes or so before we dive in to eat. Well, what we did was we went ahead and Sprinkled some melted butter on top. Seasoned it with the Triple B poultry rub we got right there. And let it finish. We let the breast come up to 160. The thighs were about 170. It'll carry over till about 165 and 175 respectively. And at that point we have a beautiful golden crispy skin turkey. Good crispy skin that won't be rubbery at all. So that's that. That's the cook. I hope you all enjoyed it. Looking forward to doing another one of these again soon. Alright everybody, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. It was a ton of fun and it was delicious. You know the drill. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a note in the comments to tell us what you thought of today's video. Let us know what you want to see us cook or talk about. And don't forget, try out Triple B BBQ rubs. You will love them. Catch you on the next one.